What's happening, guys? Hope your day's going well. Today we're going to do a protein review. Panda Supps, when they came out with their 2 new flavors, were nice enough to send them my way. They didn't even ask me to review them, but I'm going to do a review on them for you guys because their formulas are pretty unique. They're one of my favorite companies as far as to consume protein from. And they sent me 2 flavors. It was strawberries and cream right here, and then they sent me their cookies and cream, which is my favorite. So I'm more of a chocolate guy. I like the cookies and cream. I like anything peanut butter and chocolate, stuff like that. So we're going to go over the ingredient profile. If you're new to the channel, we'll go over the ingredient profiles, like always, so you guys know what you're putting in your body. And then I'll talk about the flavor before I even start. The flavor on these, when they sent this to me, I got a hold of them. I tried them both, and I was like, damn, you guys outdid yourself on these because they are really good. Now, of course, given there's a lot of good flavored protein powders out there, but the ingredient profiles on these are totally unique compared to a lot of them out there. So this has collagen in it. So they have like 3 grams, I believe, of collagen. We'll go over the ingredient profile here, which is good. If you take 2 scoops, you get to that 6 grams a day of collagen, which is going to help with, skin, hair, nails, and stuff like that. And of course, they're not muscle building proteins as far as collagens. They got a very low score as far as when it comes to the protein digestibility corrected amino acid score, which is what I look for. So there are certain proteins out there, animal proteins especially, that are 100% digestibility, have 100% digestibility in a body. And that's whey protein isolate, whey protein concentrate, hydrolyze. There's casein protein, there's milk protein, and there's egg protein. So those are all very high as far as digestibility. And there's another score out there that is for the amino acids, the EAAs, which is the digestive indispensable amino acid score. And there's a few of them out of that group there that have a high score as far as digesting EAAs. I think the highest one is casein. And then second, I think it's egg. It's either egg or milk protein concentrate as far as the absorption of the amino acids on their own. So I kind of look at both those scores, but when I'm looking at a profile, I want to make sure that I'm getting an animal-based protein. If I go vegan, I like to see the rice and pea, because rice and pea in certain amounts put together has the same digestible capability and high score as some of the animal proteins as well. So enough said on that. We're going to get right into this. Flavors on these, awesome. Like I said, so I don't have to go back over it. Cookies and cream, this is my favorite right here. They mix totally perfect. So you're not going to have any clumps or anything like that. They did a really good job in the mixing. So what I want to do, though, is I want to go over the ingredient profiles on these, because some of the ingredients in these you won't find in other formulas. So we'll get right into the ingredient profile here. Try not to make this too long. I'll put the ingredients right off to my left here. We got 1 scoop, is 38.6 grams, and I found that a packed level scoop is right up in there. We got 25 grams per serving. Calories per serving, 150 calories, not bad. 2 grams of fat, one of them saturated. We got some cholesterol here, 48 milligrams. That's pretty low. It's not bad. Then we got some sugars. We got 2 total. Added sugars is 1, and protein is 30. So we'll go over this because in the ingredient profile they have what you call a blend for the proteins. There's actually 3 different ones, but they actually list the yielding amount. So that's different than a lot of companies out there. I would love to see companies doing that, because we don't know how much is in some of these blends. Like when they list isolate, concentrate, and casein or something like that, I want to know how much of each is in there. So they did a good job on that. They made me happy seeing that. Then we got calcium. So we got a few minerals in here. If you guys want to know about minerals, I'll put a link up top. I did a electrolyte formula. So we got calcium, we got iron. We need some iron in the gym. Then we have some potassium, magnesium, chloride, sodium. That's phosphorus. I said potassium. And then potassium on the bottom here. Then we got prohydrolyze, which is an enzyme blend at 250 milligrams. Now this is touted to help with the anabolic effect of building muscle, because of course these enzymes, this blend is full of enzymes that actually help with proteins digest in the body. As far as I know, and I'm just being honest with you, I love enzymes and protein formulas because it does help with the digestibility for me. I notice it. I notice it big time. But the studies are still out on if this particular nutraceutical blend is actually going to help you build more muscle or strength. other than helping with the protein digesting in that you consume. So I love the enzymes for the idea of that. I'm just not going to tout that it does anything beyond that, beyond helping with the digestion. Then we have a Panda probiotic blend, 25 billion, 50 milligrams. I love probiotics, and I love to see more than 4 to 6 strands in a probiotic blend, and they knocked it out there. So that was really good. Then we have a Panda Absorption Matrix. This has estrogen, which is astragalus, and ginseng at 25 milligrams. Now, estrogen has been shown to help with endurance through 2 different pathways. And one pathway is through an cytokine inflammation pathway, and the other one is through the increase of citrate synthase within the mitochondria. That's because it controls inflammation within the muscles. So if our muscles get inflamed, they don't absorb as enough glucose during training, and it messes with the ATP production. So it has good benefits. It's been shown to increase endurance through a few studies. So I like it. It's not going to do any harm. It's a cheap ingredient. And then we have Actogen, which is a ginseng and rosehip combination. And I don't know if you've seen my Synactive review. I'll put a link up top. But basically, ginseng is in both of these 2 ingredients, and ginseng has ginsenosides, and there's different types of ginsenosides out there. That's my little pug walking on the floor there. Hey, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come. Wait, hold on a sec. Come. Come. Oh, come. Oh, I want to say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah, that's you. Say hi. Now go see mommy, okay? Okay, go see mommy. Oh, there you go. So, getting back into this, we have Actogen, which I said has ginseng in it, and just like the estrogen, and they both carry ginsenosides. So these are extracted to certain ginsenosides. There are all kinds of different ones out there. There's NFL04, which is one of these, and NFL05, and they all have different functions, especially when they're combined. Like when estrogen is combined with astragalus, it will perform different actions in the body. And then Actogen, the same thing. And Actogen helps with gut health. So it helps with the absorption of and the uptake of nutrients, fats, proteins, carbs, amino acids in the lumen of the small intestine. That's where pretty much everything's absorbed there. So a fantastic ingredient for absorption. Then we got black pepper extract, another absorption ingredient. We see that all over the place, pre-workouts, what have you. And I have black pepper extract sitting right here. So if I eat a big meal, I'll take some of that. And now getting into the other ingredients, finish this off so you guys aren't sitting here for a long period of time. The other ingredients, which is super important, they put the protein, isolate, and the concentrate, the yielding amounts in this. So this comes to yielding of isolate is going to be 14 grams, and yielding of the concentrate is 11 grams. So that means we're getting a total of 25 grams of complete protein in here. And then we have collagen peptides at 3 grams. So this is telling you right here, when you're looking at proteins, we got 28 grams of protein, while actually 25 of complete protein, 28 total, but the listing amount on here is 30 grams. So a lot of companies out there are not telling you, if they don't tell you what it's yielding in the end, then you could be cutting yourself a few grams short or shy of the amount of protein you want to get throughout the day. So very important. I give it up to them for doing this. I think there's a few other companies that do this as well. Paul Nutrition does it, and I love that as well. So fantastic, Panda. I love you for that. And then we have some binding ingredients, some emulsifiers, stuff like that. We want to get down to the natural and artificial sweeteners here. There's 2 sweeteners that I want you guys to be concerned about and to think about. That's sucralose and ACE-K, which is the last ingredient in here, which is acesulfame potassium. So these 2 ingredients have been shown through studies, and there's other ingredients too. There's aspartame, but these artificial sweeteners are like 200 times stronger than just regular sugar alone as far as the sweetness, the kick. And they all have different flavors, so you can use these to actually flavor a product by putting a little bit here and there. So these 2 ingredients, though, in large amounts have shown problems. They did a study, a 4-week study on rats, where it had problems with cognition and mental concentration. And they also did studies, long-term studies on rats with large amounts of this. So I believe you can consume 9 milligrams per kilogram of body weight and be fine. But large amounts of this, it's found throughout our diet, can cause thyroid problems and some liver enzyme problems as well. So you're gonna sacrifice a few things when you're going with flavor on these proteins. 80 to 90% of the protein powders out there, you're gonna see 1, 2, or 3 of these artificial sweeteners that can have adverse effects. So my point with talking about this is not to say this is a bad product, but throughout we have shit in our diet that we're consuming every day. Look at labels. So anything that has sweeteners that's supposed to be sweetened, ice cream, cakes, cookies, whatever you're getting for your cheat days and stuff like that, look at the ingredient profile and see how much of this stuff is in there. So if you're doing these type of proteins, just be aware that you're going to sacrifice certain things for flavor. And the sacrifice here is making sure that you're not naive to the fact that these sweeteners are all out there, everywhere. And the sacrifice is going to be you taking the time and to be conscious about what you're putting in your body and how much of it. So that's all I wanted to finish off the video with on that as far as the sweeteners. And I guarantee I'll be reviewing other proteins. I got some on the shelf here that have these sweeteners in there as well, and we'll talk about them more, hopefully in depth. But I don't want to keep you guys too long. Just want to finish this up with my favorite flavor, cookies and cream by Panda Supps. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you can, give the video a thumbs up before you go. It helps the channel. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.